Welcome to Botanica. So we are discussing about pentose, phosphate pathway or hexose monophosphate shunt. We have discussed a little about it, introduction of the pathway, why it is carried out, the product which are formed during this particular cycle, like the reducing agents, the NADPH which are produced here particularly in the pentose phosphate pathway. As far as the comparison is concerned, the NADPH is produced in both in animals. It is produced only in liver and adipose tissues and other such tissues where the synthesis of fatty acid is essential, while in plants it is occur in the cytosol where to synthesize, and also it is occurs in the plastate. So now we are getting towards we are proceeding to the actual pathway of the pentose phosphate. So how this particular pathway starts with the glucose 6-phosphate. The glucose 6-phosphate is similarly the is present in the initial steps of the glycolysis. तो पहले हमने बात की थी कि ये जो हम बात कर रहे हैं pentose phosphate pathway की, this particular pentose phosphate pathway is an alternative pathway to glycolysis or glucose breakdown. So like the glycolysis, this particular pathway also contains an intermediate. This glucose 6-phosphate in glycolysis is present at the second step when the glucose is converted to glucose 6-phosphate. So this particular pathway is not starting from glucose, it is starting from glucose 6-phosphate. So as such, there is no production of ATP directly utilized or produced in HMP pathway, HMP for hexose monophosphate shunt. So remember these names. We have pentose phosphate pathway, we have hexose monophosphate shunt. These are all names of this particular pathway, So here there is a no energy production, we have discussed it already. There is no production of ATP as well as no utilization of ATP. Neither the energy is utilized nor it is produced in the form of ATP, but it is produced in the form of NADPH. So it is a unique multifunctional pathway. So since there are several interconvertible substances produced which may proceed in different directions in the metabolic reaction. So this particular pathway is different as compared to other pathways which we have discussed till now. There is no production or no utilization of energy, no production and no utilization of adenosine triphosphate. But this particular pathway has also significance for the cell, that this is a multifunctional pathway as it contains a large number of intermediates which are interconvertible to each other, and they are which are produced here, and these particular intermediates can proceed in many directions, in various directions, and feeding the other pathways as well. So that's why along with the NADP which is produced here in the pentose phosphate pathway, there are certain other and many other intermediates which are also useful for the plants, which are also interconvertible. So we start with the overview. The pentose phosphate pathway begins with a series of oxidation reactions that produce NADPH and 5-carbon sugars. So there is a production of 5-carbon sugars. So that's why we are calling it pentose phosphate pathway. Pentose for 5 carbons sugars, we call them pentoses. So and there is a production of NADPH which is produced in the initial steps of the pathway. So the remainder of the pathway involves a non-oxidative reshuffling of the carbon skeleton of the sugar involved. So till now, in the first 2 or 3 steps, there is a production of NADPH and there is a production of 5-carbon sugars. So after this, when this NADPH is produced and the 5-carbon sugar is the product, after these reactions, there is a simple reshuffling of the molecules, simple rearrangement of the molecules. जो बहुत सारे molecules होते हैं वो rearrange हो रहे होते हैं, बाकी उसमें कोई product हमें हासिल नहीं हो रहा होता, और यही rearrangement से ही क्या होता है, हमारे पास बहुत सारे we get many intermediates which can be used for other pathways as well. So that's why we can say that there is a production of NADPH and large number of intermediates, sugars which are useful for the cell to feed the other pathways and to make other complex molecules such as nucleic acid and others. So product of these non-oxidative reactions include substances such as fructose 6-phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which play a role in glycolysis. So as we know, both these glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and fructose 6-phosphate, these both are the intermediates of glycolysis. So the plant now has obtained NADPH, 5 NADPH इससे आइसोलेट उसने कर लिया है रिड्यूसिंग पावर के तौर पे. अब इसके बाद के जो इंटरमीडिएट्स हैं, these intermediate like glucose 6-phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, they are now the intermediates of the glycolysis, and they can feed the glycolysis as well as the other pathways like the formation of nucleic acid. जब न्यूक्लिक एसिड की फॉर्मेशन होती है, so we require a ribose sugar which is a 5-carbon sugar, and that particular ribose sugar is also involved in the synthesis of nucleic acid as well. So as far as the total pathway is concerned, that particular pathway or hexose monophosphate shunt can be divided into 2 phases on the basis of the nature of their reactions. उनकी रिएक्शंस की नेचर क्या है, उस बेस के ऊपर हमने इसको 2 फेज में डिवाइड कर दिया है, ऑक्सीडेटिव एंड नॉन ऑक्सीडेटिव फेज. Similarly, like we have divided glycolysis into 2 phases, energy investment phase or energy payoff phase. So these are the 2 phases. So here in HMP pathway, hexose monophosphate shunt, we have also divided this particular pathway into oxidative and non-oxidative to separate these pathway into 2 steps and to study it easily. So as far as the non-oxidative pathway is concerned, in the first reaction of the pathway, so we are now starting the 2 phases. So first we have this is the oxidative pathway. So in the first reaction of the pathway, glucose 6-phosphate is oxidized to 6-phosphogluconate. So in the very first reaction, what we have as far as this heading is concerned, this is not non-oxidative. So we can cut it into our highlight with the pen. So this is oxidative, this is not the non-oxidative, so we can write it. The oxidative phase. So in the first reaction of the pathway, glucose 6-phosphate is oxidized to 6-phosphogluconate. So first reaction, what happens here? We have a glucose 6-phosphate which act as a substrate. So now it is oxidized. So that's why we can call it, or we are calling it oxidative phase, oxidized to 6-phosphogluconate. The enzyme that catalyzes this reaction is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. So in the very first step, the glucose 6-phosphate is oxidized to 6-phosphogluconate, and the enzyme is glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase because dehydrogenation occurs. So note that NADPH is produced by the reaction. So here in the very first step, conversion of glucose 6-phosphate to 6-phosphogluconate yield NADPH. So NADPH जो चाहिए होती है, जो प्रोडक्ट है इस रिएक्शन का, इस पाथवे का, वो यहाँ पे सबसे पहले स्टेप में ही उससे हासिल हो जाता है. The next reaction is an oxidative decarboxylation. So what is oxidative decarboxylation? The process in which the carbon is lost in the form of a carbon dioxide, and again here is also NADPH is produced once again. So this is the oxidative step, oxidized to 6-phosphogluconate, so we get NADPH. So here also oxidation occur, we get NADPH along with the decarboxylation, loss of कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. तो पहले स्टेप में हमारे पास सिर्फ जो यील्ड थी वो या प्रोडक्ट था वो NADPH था, लेकिन सेकंड स्टेप में हमारे पास क्या है, NADPH के साथ साथ एक कार्बन भी उससे क्या हो जाता है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की फॉर्म में उससे निकल जाता है. नाउ द 6-phosphogluconate molecule loses its carboxylic group which is released as carbon dioxide, and the 5-carbon keto sugar ribulose 5-phosphate is the other product. So as far as this particular oxidative phase is concerned, we are through with it. We have started from 6-phosphogluconate, glucose 6-phosphate, which is oxidized to 6-phosphogluconate. Now this particular 6-phosphogluconate undergoes oxidative decarboxylation, and it produces NADPH, and NADPH along with the release of 1 carbon dioxide. So 6-phosphogluconate molecule loses its carboxylic group in the form of carbon dioxide, and we get, instead of 6-carbon molecule, we are getting 5-carbon molecule, which is a keto sugar, ribulose 5-phosphate. So in the oxidative phase, we are getting NADPH, the loss of carbon dioxide, and here is the ribulose 5-phosphate or 5-carbon sugar. So as the non-oxidative phase is concerned, these remaining steps, there are many steps, there are many intermediates which are produced in the non-oxidative phase. So these are simply the rearrangement, the reshuffling of the molecules. So several reaction involves transfer of 2 and 3 carbon units. So in order to keep the record of carbon backbone, क्योंकि हमें रिकॉर्ड चाहिए, हमें उसको ट्रैक करना है कि कार्बन कहाँ से कहाँ पे शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं. So we are writing this sugar into their aldehyde and ketone functional groups formulas in the open chain form. So instead of writing them into the ring structure or any other form or in the formula, so we are writing these structure in a open chain form so that we can track these carbon where they are going, into which molecule they are incorporated. So we are starting from here. We have a glucose 6-phosphate, which is the starting material of this particular pathway. We have a glucose 6-carbon sugar, and phosphate is attached to this particular carbon. So that's why we are calling it glucose 6-phosphate. So in the very first step, which we have discussed in the previous slide, this is the oxidative phase. So remember, the gray scale or the pink or the colored reactions, they are oxidative phase. This is the oxidative phase of HMP or hexose monophosphate shunt. So what happens? This particular glucose phosphate uses water and NADP. So this particular NADP is converted to NADPH. किसमें convert हो जाता है? NADPH में convert हो जाता है, and we are getting it 6-phosphogluconate. बजाय glucose 6-phosphate के we are getting here 6-phosphogluconate. So hydrogen is released here, as you can see hydrogen is present here. So now there is a no hydrogen present at this particular carbon number 1 or carboxylic and carboxylic group. So now this particular, so and in the very first step we have NADPH, which is the product, one of the product or energy product of this particular pathway. So now this particular 6-phosphogluconate will be converted to ribulose 5-phosphate by NADP is again converted to NADPH, and there is also release of carbon dioxide. So these are the two major steps or the initial steps which are also very important, very crucial as far as the HMP is concerned, or the oxidative phase is important as far as HMP is concerned, because there is a production of NADPH along with the release of carbon dioxide. So इसके बाद, so now what we are getting there is a 6-phosphogluconate 6-carbon sugar, but here we have a ribulose 5-phosphate, 1 carbon dioxide is lost, 1 carbon is released in the form of a carbon dioxide, and here we have ribulose 5-phosphate in the number, we have 5 carbons present here. So now we will trace this particular ribulose 5-phosphate in the next reaction. So as far as that previous slide was concerned, that was oxidative phase of the cycle of the pathway, sorry, not the cycle, the pathway, and this is the non-oxidative phase. So here is simple reshuffling of the molecule. So remember, we have ribulose 5-phosphate. So this particular ribulose or the keto sugar can be converted into both forms, can be isomerized into both structures. So either, so it is converted to xylulose 5-phosphate, this is also keto, and it can be converted to aldose sugar, which is ribose 5-phosphate. So NADPH which was produced, so NADPH की जहाँ तक उसकी प्रोडक्शन की बात है, वो पहले 2 स्टेप्स में ही कंप्लीट हो जाती है. उसके बाद ये सारे रिएक्शन जो आगे हमने देखने हैं, ये सिंपल रीअरेंजमेंट है, रीशफलिंग है, मॉलिक्यूल की इंटर कन्वर्जन है. इसके अलावा इसमें और कुछ भी नहीं है, कोई एनर्जी की प्रोडक्शन नहीं है. बट वी हैव टू फॉलो दिस पर्टिकुलर पाथवे टिल द एंड. So here this particular ribulose 5-phosphate, it can be isomerized to both structure, either to aldose sugar ribose 5-phosphate or to keto sugar xylulose 5-phosphate. So this particular ribose phosphate, as we know, ribose sugar is present in the nucleic acid like deoxyribose in the DNA and ribose sugar in the RNA. So this particular ribose sugar can proceed toward this particular cycle till this into this direction, but it can also proceed toward the synthesis of nucleic acid as this ribose 5-phosphate is needed for the synthesis of nucleic acid. तो राइबोस 5-phosphate के 2 पाथवेज हैं, या तो वो न्यूक्लिक एसिड की सिंथेसिस की तरफ भी उसको भेजा जा सकता है, या रिबुलोज 5 फास्फेट इसी साइकिल में प्रोसीड भी कर सकता है, आगे फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन में भी परफॉर्म कर सकता है. सो if this we have, so remember the number of carbons, so it will be very crucial for us. So here we have 5 carbons here and 5 here, total of 10 carbons, 5 from in xylulose 5 phosphate and 5 carbons in ribose 5 phosphate. So 5 plus 5, we have total of 10 carbons present here in this particular step. So now these two combine, rejoin, reshuffle, rearrangement occurs and we get 2 molecules, one of the 7 carbon unit and other is of 3 carbon unit. So what we are getting here, हमारे पास टोटल कितने थे, we have 10 carbon unit, 5 इसके और 5 इसके, 5 plus 5 we have 10 carbons. अब उन 10 कार्बन की इन दोनों मॉलिक्यूल्स की दोबारा रीअरेंजमेंट होती है, कार्बन नंबर्स को शिफ्ट किया जाता है, रीअरेंज किया जाता है, ट्रांसफर किया जाता है, ग्रुप ट्रांसफर इसको कहा जाता है, इस अमल सारे को. और वो हमारे पास 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स जो है उसका प्रोडक्ट बनता है, एक सीडोहेप्टुलोज 7 फास्फेट, ये आल्सो कीटो शुगर है. So और हमारे पास glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. So this particular molecule has 3 carbon and this molecule has 7 carbon. So again we have got a 10 carbon molecule. So this is simple rearrangement of the molecule. So again we have a 10 molecule. So in the next step, so this is very crucial to remember and to understand what is happening here. So we have pseudoheptanose 7 phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, total of 10 carbon unit. Okay. So now this particular these 10 carbon unit, what will happen, we have it will be converted in the first one reaction, it is converted to 6 fructose 6 phosphate. ये हमारे पास जो 10 कार्बन है, इन 10 में से एक मॉलिक्यूल जो प्रोडक्ट हमारे पास है वो कौन सा है, फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट. 6 कार्बन जो है इससे निकल गए, इससे अलग हो गए. अब हमारे पास कितने कार्बन बाकी बच गए, हमारे पास कार्बन बाकी बच गए 4. ये 6 कार्बन जो इससे निकले हैं, सो नाउ दे आर, इनका जो है आगे साइकिल में कोई रोल नहीं है, ये 6 कार्बन इस साइकिल से अलग हो चुके हैं. अब हमारे पास जो बाकी बची है चीज वो है एरिथ्रोज 4 फास्फेट, 1 2 3 and 4 कार्बन नंबर. So what happens here, another xylulose 5 phosphate or 5 carbon or pentose sugar combined with this particular 4 carbon sugar, erythrose 4 phosphate. So 5 carbons are here and 4 carbons are here. We have total of 9 carbons. So these 9 carbons will rearrange themselves, and what we are getting another molecule of fructose 6 phosphate. So remember, this is another molecule of fructose 6 phosphate which is coming from the rearrangement of these two. So और एक हमारे पास क्या बनता है, glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. So 5 plus 4 9 molecules. So 6 molecules are here, fructose 6 phosphate, and 3 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is here. So we have completed the pathway, and 9 molecules or 9 carbons are here. So these all are intermediate. So this particular last step is something confusing. So इसकी confusion दूर करने के लिए ये है, glyceraldehyde ये जो हमारे पास रिएक्शन है, इसमें से 6 कार्बन फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट के फॉर्म में निकल जाते हैं. So this is no longer available to this pathway. इस पाथवे का हिस्सा नहीं है. अब हमारे पास जो रिएक्शन है वो इन दोनों का है. ये 6 कार्बन हमारे पास निकल गए. आप ऐसा समझिए कि दे आर नॉट पार्ट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर रिएक्शन. तो हमारे पास 5 कार्बन का मॉलिक्यूल एक और आता है, पेंटोस शुगर. 4 कार्बन हमारे पास यहाँ पे हैं. तो जब ज्वाइन होते हैं तो 9 कार्बन जो बनते हैं, तो हमारे पास फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट और ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फास्फेट. तो 9 कार्बन यहाँ पे हमारे पास फिर दोबारा कंप्लीट हो गए. या इन अदर वर्ड्स, एट द एंड ऑफ द पाथवे we get 2 molecules of fructose 6 phosphate and 1 molecule of glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. A total of 15 carbons are isolated, or we have total of 15 carbon or rearrangement of 15 carbons. So here is a group transfer reactions. So first we have 2 carbon. अगर आपको याद हो, हमने first step में क्या किया था, we have 2 molecules, 1 aldo sugar, 1 keto sugar, both of 5 carbons. So what happens when these two join? There is a transketolase, the enzymes. So we get 7 carbon unit and 1 3 carbon unit. And in the next step we have 3 carbon shift. So what happens? 7 plus 3. this 7 carbon molecule, the product here will become the substrate in this particular, or the reactant in this particular reaction. So we get 6 carbon here and 4 carbon, 2 molecules, one of 6 carbon fructose 6 phosphate and one of 4 carbon unit which is erythrose 4 phosphate. And here these particular 5 and 4 they join, and what we get, again we get 6 carbon and 3 carbon. So this is another 6 carbon which we had here. So here अगर आप देख रहे हो हमारे पास क्या है, 6 कार्बन का यूनिट है और ये 4 कार्बन का, ये 10 कार्बन हो गए. तो इसका ये जो 6 कार्बन वाला यूनिट है ये यहाँ पे दोबारा हिस्सा नहीं ले रहा, ये इस साइकिल से, इस पाथवे से अलग हो गया, जबकि 4 कार्बन का जो यूनिट है वो यहाँ पे कंबाइन हुआ एक और 5 कार्बन के यूनिट के साथ. एंड नाउ वी आर गेटिंग अनदर 6 कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल एंड 3 carbon molecule, a total of 9 molecule. Or we have at the net reaction we get, when the 5 carbon molecules are added, 15 carbons, 5 carbons के 3 molecules, जब 5 3s are 15, तो हमारे पास yield क्या आती है, we have 2 6 carbon molecule and 1 3 carbon molecule. So in another book, if you have any problem, any confusion, so we can discuss it here. So we have discussed in a quite detail in the previous section, so but we also discuss it here. So we have glucose 6 phosphate here. So quickly we go through it. NADP is produced into NADPH and we get 6 phosphogluconolactone or 6 phosphogluconate. So now we have this particular step, 6 phosphogluconate, which is here. 6 phosphogluconate is converted to ribulose 5 phosphate, and again this is the oxidative step. NADP is converted to NADPH and carbon dioxide is released in the form of a carbon is released in the form of a carbon dioxide, and we get ribulose 5 phosphate. So these are the simple reaction which we have discussed in the previous section. So we are here, we have glucose 6 phosphate. So remember, so these red color, the key is concerned. So this is these red colors number, these are the number of molecules, and this blue they are number of carbons. So we have 6 molecules of glucose 6 phosphate, which is a 6 carbon molecule. So 6 are 36 carbon number. So remember, we are starting not with the only one molecule of glucose 6 phosphate, we are starting with the 36 carbons. So what happens here, as far as the oxidative step is concerned, 6 NADPs are converted to 6 NADPH, and what we get 6 phosphogluconate. So we have 6 molecules of 6 phosphogluconate, which is also a 6 carbon unit. So again water is added and 6 phosphogluconate is in the next step is converted to 6 carbon dioxide as our last. So we have total of 36 carbons. तो 36 में से 6 कार्बन जो है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की फॉर्म में इससे रिलीज हो गए. सो व्हाट वी विल गेट, वी हैव एट दिस स्टेप वी हैव टोटल ऑफ 30 कार्बन. So we have 6 ribulose 5 phosphate, but the number of carbon in one molecule is 5 carbon. So 6 5s are 30. So till now we have started with the 6 carbon. So 6 carbon and 6 molecules of glucose 6 phosphate, but here we have at the end of the oxidative phase we have 6 molecules of ribulose 5 phosphate, which is 5 carbon sugar or 30 carbon. So remember and track the number of molecules and carbon. So what happens here, so now we have 2 molecules. So these particular 2 we have 2 only. So we are proceeding with the 2 molecules of cellulose 5 phosphate and 2 molecules of ribose 5 phosphate. So चूंकि इसके 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं तो 5 plus 5 10 कार्बन यूनिट इसके होंगे और 10 कार्बन यूनिट जो है उसके होंगे. ये जो 2 मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं दे आर प्रोसीडिंग टुवर्ड दिस वे. इनको अभी हम नहीं बात करते. वी आर टॉकिंग ओनली अबाउट 2 cellulose 5 phosphate 5 carbon sugars. So we have 10 carbon sugar, 10 carbon unit here, 10 carbon unit here. So 2 ribose 5 phosphate and 2 cellulose 5 phosphate. 10 plus 10 we have total of 20 carbon number, remember. So now there is a rearrangement and we get 2 pseudoheptalose 7 phosphate and 2 glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. क्योंकि हमारे पास जो pseudoheptalose है इसका कार्बन नंबर कितना है, we have 7 carbons. So 7 2s are 14 and 3 2s are 6. So 14 plus 6 we have 20 carbons. So now these 20 carbons, so we have started here with the 20 carbons, so यहाँ पे हमारे पास 20 carbons complete है. So what happens here now, there is an interconversion step. What we get 2 erythrose 4 phosphate and 2 fructose 6 phosphate. So इसका कार्बन नंबर 4 है, इसका कार्बन नंबर 6 है. इसके कितने मॉलिक्यूल हैं? इसके 2 मॉलिक्यूल हैं. So 6 2s are 12 and 4 2s are 8. So 12 plus 8 we have 20 carbons. 20 carbons complete. तो हमारे पास यहाँ पे कन्वर्जन कंप्लीट होगी. नाउ दिस पर्टिकुलर, so first we track this particular erythrose 4 phosphate. 2 molecules of erythrose 4 phosphate, total of 8 carbons. So now these 8 carbons and 10 carbons are coming from xerulose 5 phosphate which we have left before. ये जो दो molecules हैं xerulose 5 phosphate के, ये दोनों और ये 8 molecule जो आ रहे हैं erythrose 8 कार्बन यूनिट जो आ रहा है erythrose 4 phosphate के, ये 2 molecule erythrose 4 phosphate के. Now they combine and what we get a 2 fructose 6 phosphate. दो हमारे पास क्या आ जाते हैं? fructose 6 phosphate molecules आ जाते हैं 6 कार्बन के. और हमारे पास क्या आता है? 2 जो है वो ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 phosphate. तो 2 6 2s are 12 कार्बन यहाँ पे हो गए. टोटल हमारे पास कितने हैं? We have 10 कार्बन here, 5 कार्बन के 2 यूनिट है तो 10 कार्बन यहाँ पे हो गए, और 4 कार्बन के 2 यूनिट यहाँ पे हैं तो 8 कार्बन ये हो गए. तो 18 कार्बन में से 6 2s are 12 कार्बन यहाँ पे चले गए इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट, और दो मॉलिक्यूल्स हमारे पास ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फास्फेट के आए तो 6 मॉलिक्यूल्स हमारे पास ये आ गए, तो 18 कार्बन आ गए. सो नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, ये दोनों मॉलिक्यूल ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फास्फेट 3 कार्बन के मॉलिक्यूल जब ये मिलते हैं, सो देयर इज अ रिवर्सल स्टेप ऑफ द ग्लाइकोलाइसिस. तो ये क्या बनाते हैं? दे विल मेक फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट. सो एक हमारे पास फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट यहाँ पे आ गया. सो नाउ वी हैव अ फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट व्हिच विल बी coming here. So we have 2 fructose 6 phosphate molecules here, one is from here, 2 and 3. So a total at this step we have a 5 fructose 6 phosphate which is a 6 carbon unit, and at the end we have 5 molecules of glucose 6 phosphate. तो ये हमारे पास आखिर में क्या बचते हैं? वे ग्लूकोज. तो यहाँ पे मसला ये नहीं है या इशू ये नहीं है कि हमने लाजमी ही ये कार्बन यूनिट जो है इस पाथवे के एंड में रीजनरेट दोबारा करने हैं. We were tracing this particular pathway only to get knowledge of it, to understand it, how these interconversion are occurring and how the carbon number where they are incorporated. लेकिन होता क्या है? mostly these intermediates are valuable for the plants. तो ये इंटरमीडिएट जब बन रहे होते हैं प्लांट्स में ये पाथवे के दौरान, तो इन इंटरमीडिएट को क्या किया जाता है? इस साइकिल से, इस पाथवे से निकाल लिया जाता है एंड इट कैन बी यूज्ड इन अनदर पाथवे. तो इस पाथवे की जो इंपॉर्टेंस सेल के लिए है वो एक तो NADPH की प्रोडक्शन के लिए के हिसाब से है कि NADPH इसमें प्रोड्यूस होता है. दूसरा देयर इज अ रीशफलिंग और इंटरकन्वर्जन ऑफ मेनी इंटरमीडिएट्स which is the source of food or source which will feed the another pathways. तो इसका मतलब हरगिज ये नहीं है कि जब भी हमने स्टेप को स्टार्ट करना है तो सेल के लिए जरूरी है कि आखिर में इन कार्बन नंबर्स को जरूरी रीजनरेट करे. तो इसका हरगिज मतलब ये नहीं है. असल में होता क्या है कि ये जो हमारे पास इंटरमीडिएट्स बन रहे हैं, इन इंटरमीडिएट्स को जो है वो यूटिलाइज किया जा रहा होता है इन अदर पाथवेज. इस तरह हमने बात की थी राइबोस 5 फास्फेट की, ये राइबोस 5 फास्फेट है. फॉर एग्जांपल जब हम देखते हैं राइबोस 5 फास्फेट कैन बी इन एक्शन इन सिंथेसिस ऑफ न्यूक्लिक एसिड, क्योंकि ये शुगर न्यूक्लिक एसिड में मौजूद होती है. ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड 3 फास्फेट ग्लाइकोलाइसिस में जा सकता है. फ्रक्टोज 6 फास्फेट इज आल्सो, ये ग्लाइकोलाइसिस का भी पार्ट है. जब हम बात कर रहे होते हैं सिंथेसिस की शुगर्स की, वहां पे भी ये बन रहा होता है. वी हैव आल्सो फ्रक्टोज ग्लिसरॉल्डिहाइड. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द इंटरमीडिएट दे आर present in the glycolysis as well. So these particular steps this particular pathway can yield NADPH along with the intermediates of the glycolysis. तो उससे ATP की प्रोडक्शन जब ग्लाइकोलाइसिस में चले जाएंगे तो ATP की प्रोडक्शन भी होगी और NADPH भी यहाँ पे प्रोड्यूस हो गया. So both the benefits are cell is getting from this particular pathway.